Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? Welcome to Wreath Making Wednesday, and this is Joan at the Wreath Creator. We're jumping on today and going to be working on a grapevine wreath. Remember, we're just grabbing some um, wreath supplies from our wreath stash. That's what Wreath Making Wednesday is all about, trying to use up what we have in our wreath stash. Let me just see if I'm here online. There we go. Let me see if anybody's going to come on board today. It's a beautiful day here. We've had a lot of rain. I hope everyone has been staying safe in other parts of the country because I don't know what's wrong with this weather. All kinds of things are happening. But anyway, it's a nice sunny day here, and I hope that's how it is where you are. All right, let's see. Looks like Leona jumped on. Good morning, Leona. Like I said, this is Joan from the Wreath Creator. Welcome to Wreath Making Wednesday. We're just grabbing some things from our stash today, and we're going to be working on a grapevine wreath. All right, so let me start out with what we're doing. I found this really cute strawberry. It's kind of a wooden sign. And I'll let you know all the SKU numbers. I'll list them later. Hi, Evelyn. Hi, Tamara. And of course, we have an 18-inch grapevine wreath. That's what I had. That's what I grabbed. And so we have 4 beautiful wide wreaths. I have this nice 2.5-inch strawberry and a 1.5-inch red and white gingham. And this is a 7/8. It is a horizontal stripe, goes nicely with the sign. And then I'm just bringing in a little bit of a black houndstooth, black and white. And this is also a 7/8. And let's see, we have quite a few people. I don't know why you're not coming up on my StreamYard here. Let's see if I can get you showing over here. Nothing yet. Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing today? Welcome Evelyn, Tamara, Leona, Carol, Sandy, Darlene, and Sherry. Okay, so let's get going. I wanted to show you that I also picked out some greenery. This is a mixed, it's about 20 inches. It's a mixed daisy bush. I thought it would go really cute with the sign. It brings in some yellow, some greens, and some white. And then I also have just this really looks like the flowers that are on that you see with the strawberries. Just a tiny little white flower with some greenery. And I brought in this, I picked up from Hobby Lobby. It's not telling me, it's just under floral. And I thought maybe it would add a nice, base. This is a little bit variegated, but this blends in well. And also with this little flower. Okay, anybody have any questions so far? Hope everybody's doing well. And I'm going to start with our sign today. Let me bring it down a little bit. And first of all, I'm just going to cut this off. And I'm looking for a space on my grapevine wreath that I know that this sign will sit pretty well. This also has some really big, can you hear me okay? Can somebody let me know? Sometimes I don't have the right speaker on. Can you please let me know if you can hear me today? Somebody let me know. And somebody please comment. Whoa. Okay, so where did I get my sign? Hi, Beverly. Can everyone hear me? Beverly, since you came on with a comment, could you tell me whether you can hear me? Oh, okay. Thanks, Bev. Where did I get my sign? I just really grabbed it from my Wreath stash. I will give you the item number. The item number is AP8411. You can get it any place. Craft Outlet, Trendy Tree. Just put in that number and Google it, and it should come up. All right. So like I said, I'm trying to find a good spot. Good morning, Sandra. I'm trying to find a nice flat spot to put this sign on. And like I said, I have some big twig pieces right here. And I have kind of a flat spot, a little bit flatter here. And that's where I think I'm going to put it. All right. So let me just move this out of the way for a minute. And I'm going to pull in my stapler, a couple of wires. And I am using, let's see, I have 1/4-inch staples, but I know that it could go through my sign. So I'm going to take some pieces from this foam craft sheet, and I'm going to put that down first. And I'm just going to put that right in the middle. Hold your ears. This gets a little loud. And see, that doesn't go through. Just going to take another piece and put it down here. Take another piece of floral wire. You can also use, this is really tiny. You can also use chenille stems, pipe cleaners. And that's what I'm going to do first. Let's see if my glue gun's warm enough. I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue there. Let that set up for a little bit. Bring our grapevine wreath in here. I have way too much on my table. And let's see who jumped on. Peggy, Nancy. Hi, Josephine, Nancy, Tammy, Peggy. Hi, Lisa. And like I said, I'm just going to, I like using the florist wire because it's going to go easier through the wreath. Now let me bring it back up here. I'm going to put this over here. Let me bring this in a little bit. And like I said, I have this spot right here where I'm going to put this on. So I'm just going to bring this through. And you don't want to put it around the wreath. You want to put it through. Maybe I can get it through. And I'm just going to twist that on for right now. I want to get it kind of in that spot. And I'm going to bring it in here. Woo. Let me open this up. I can show you what I'm doing on the back. I'm just bringing that wire all the way through. I'm really holding it tight, and I'm just twisting that around. I'm going to twist it about an inch. Oh, wouldn't you know, I got this right around a big twig. I do not want that. Let me go underneath that big twig. And I'm going to twist that on. I'm going to twist it about an inch. And I'm going to cut that back. Seems to be on pretty tight. I'm going to cut that back down to that inch. And I'm going to put it in towards I don't want that scratching my door. So I'm going to push that right into the wreath. And there you go. Just bring it back up here for a minute. Do we have any questions? Let's see if I can get that in the right spot. If I don't put it in there, it's going to hang to one side, and we don't want it to do that. There, we'll go with that. See, it's kind of heavy, so it's going to kind of going over to, but we'll leave it there for now. So I'm thinking that I'm going to be bringing in some of those flowers on each side of my bow. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is making our bow. Just get this out of the way. All right, let me bring it down. Sorry about that. And I'm going to start off with my 2.5 inch. And do I want a streamer coming down here? Let's see, what does this measure? I'm going with about a 16-inch streamer on that one. I'm going to put that right here. And I'm going to twist that. Any questions? Oh, let's see. Amy, good morning from this Florida Space Coast. I bet you it's hot down there. It's pretty hot here in Massachusetts. Let's see. It's supposed to go up into the 80s today. Right now it's only 65. But like I said, this is about a 16-inch length on this tail. And I'm making a 6-inch bow loop. So I'm going to measure that out to 6 inches. I'm going to twist that because I want the right side showing. Another 6-inch loop. And I'm making 3 loops here, 3 bow loops. So I'm twisting when I want that bow loop showing to the correct side. And I'm going to bring out that ribbon tail to the 15 or 16 inches. I can always cut it shorter. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring that those ribbon tails to the bottom. And I'm just going to bring a bow loop to the top, one to the bottom, and I'm keeping one in the middle. Can you see that? The next one I'm going to be bringing in is my red. Now I'm going to go with a shorter tail, probably about 11 inches, and I'm going to start on the other side. So again, I'm twisting that because I want the correct side to show of the ribbon. And I'm going down to a 5-inch bow. I'm twisting it here in the middle. Another 5-inch bow loop, a twist, and then 5-inch bow loop. I'm keeping that ribbon to the same length, and I'm cutting that. And if you notice, I started with the ribbon tail on the other side. So again, I'm bringing them down to the bottom. I'm leaving that one bow loop in the middle, and then I'm on the other side where I have 2 loops, I'm bringing it up and down so that we can see everything. We can see our strawberry ribbon. Now, my black is going to catch your eye really quickly. So I am going to bring that in next, and I'm going to leave my yellow for the top. It's the same width, but black really, draws your eye in. So I am just going to make shorter tails, and it's going to be my third ribbon in line. So I'm going with just an 8-inch. I'm starting on the other side, and I am going down to a 4-inch loop, twisting it, another 4-inch loop, twisting it, and another 4-inch loop, keeping it right side up and cutting that same ribbon tail. And again, I am bringing those loops to the top and bottom. I'm leaving that one bow loop in the middle. And this time I'm bringing this one to the top and one to the bottom. Do we have any questions on bow making? Are we going good? You can also make your bow by hand if you'd like to do that. I just find it easier. It's just right in front of me here on the table, and I don't have to hold on to a lot of ribbon. The next one I'm bringing in is going to be my 7/8 yellow. And I started on this side. I'm going to switch over to this side. And I am going with an 8-inch. I think that's what I did here. Yep, an 8-inch. So I'm doing another 8-inch. Right side up. I'm going to twist it. And I am going to do, this was a 4-inch loop, so I'm going down to a 3. I'm twisting it. Another 3-inch loop, twisting it. So I'll have 1 loop on that side, 2 loops on this side, and my ribbon tail going out to the same length as the bottom ribbon tail. And again, I want that 1 loop to the top, 1 loop to the bottom, ribbon tail to the top, ribbon tail to the bottom, and that stays right in the middle. So there we go. We have a nice pile of ribbon. Do we have any questions? Let me see. I guess not. All right, let me just get this out of the way. I am going to bring in another piece of florist wire, and I am going to also use a zip tie. This zip tie is a 6-inch zip tie, and my florist wire are 16 inches, and I am using a, let me see what gauge this is. This is a 22-inch gauge florist wire. So I'm just going to crunch this down, and I am going to grab it. Just going to hold that right in the middle. See how I'm just grasping that right in the middle. And I'm going to take my zip tie. And I'm going to bring that in a little bit. But I also want to put my florist wire in there. You can use a chenille stem, pipe cleaner too. Just going to pull this nice and tight. And just cut this. And this is what it looks like. So now we're just going to, I want my big tails. Oh, I'm sorry. Next thing I forgot to do was I wanted to tell you that I'm going to just grasp that wire. I'm going to twist it one time to get it started, and then I'm just going to twist my bow a few times to get that in there. So I'm going to pull those longer tails to the bottom, the short ones up and down. I'm going to separate everything. I'm going to pull all my bow loops out so the colors are all dispersed. And I'm also going to dovetail my ribbon tails. I'm just folding it in the middle, wire to wire, and cutting out, starting at the fold at an angle to the wire. If you want to curl your ribbon tails, you can do that too. Hi, Iris. How you doing today? Glad you're jumping on. I'm not sure if you missed anything, but you can watch the replay. I also wanted to tell you that this is being streamed to YouTube also, because Facebook is always coming up with something new and changing what we're doing or what they're doing and what we can do. So these videos only stay online now on Facebook for 30 days. They will be evergreen on YouTube. So if you can't find it on Facebook, you can always jump on YouTube and just look for the Wreath Creator. Okay, well, I want to bring some black down here. And this is what it looks like. I might cut these a little bit shorter. Let's see what it looks like on the wreath. Now we're running about 22 minutes, and I'm going to, I want to work probably just a little bit over. I don't want to go really an hour. So let's see how much we get done today. We can always finish up next week. Now this strawberry is supposed to be right there in the middle. So I am putting my bow on the opposite side, and I want the tails coming down. So I'm just going to put this bow right in here. I want to make sure. Try to do the two of them at one time, and it's not working. Why is this doing this to me? Okay, hold please. I'm not having much luck on the easel today. I don't know why this doesn't want to go in correctly. I think it's just, see, when I put it down on the table, it goes through so much easier. See how easy that was. And again, I am just going to twist that about an inch out No matter how I'm putting this in, she wants to go down. Here we go. So I usually don't want to spend too much time of your time. I usually like to go about a half an hour. So I think this is as far as we're going to get done today. Why don't you next week, if you would like to spend some more time on this, catch up with what we've done, make your bow, get your bow done, get your sign on, and you don't have to have the same supplies as me. Grab something from your wreath stash. Start with your sign. Grab some ribbon that'll go, whether it's a July 4th, whether it's a summer, whether it's a fall wreath, whether you want to work on Christmas. Oh my gosh, I don't want to do that. But and grab some florals, and I'm going to be cutting up all of these florals. I guess we can start adding some florals if you want. And we can kind of get an idea of what's going on. Let me see. I'm going to be starting with something really green in here before I start adding some florals in here. So, all right, maybe we can add a few things in before we go. Let me pull another. I have another big one here. And these are wired, so you can give them a little bit of life. Just move them around. I don't think I need this that long. Just going to push up a little bit on this one. Let's see where I want this coming out. And I'm going to have that coming out right here. I have one here, and I'm going to bring one in here. And everything on this side of the bowl, we're going to have facing up and over. And everything down here, we're going to have facing down. And you want it to go into your grapevine. You don't want it sticking out like this or putting it right through. You want to follow the grain of that and just bring it in there. I don't know if I'm explaining myself good enough, but I don't know why my glue pot doesn't seem hot enough. And I'm going to bring that down under there, under our bow, and I'm going to put it off to this side. So right now we have a little bit of greenery there. We can also bring some more in through here, but I am going to use, let's see what we have left here. I have two more big ones. I have two more of the big ones. Get this off. And then I have a couple of small pieces, so I'm going to save those for a little bit later. These come apart, so I'm going to take a piece off here. I don't want it as full. I'm going to cut this down. a little bit. I shortened that down. Do we have any questions? And I'm going to bring this one in right here. Got that one in very good. And just to give you an idea of what we're going to finish next week. So I'll get you started on working on some of these. I'm cutting 4 pieces off. And you can also move these up a little bit. So you have more at the top than you do at the bottom. I don't think I need that much here. Let's see what I've got here. Now this first one I'm going to bring in, I'm going to put it at the top because I can fill in backwards. I don't know whether this goes on or this goes off. I'm going to bring this one in a little bit higher. I'm going to bring that next one. And I'm just going to be going back and forth with this. Top and bottom, and then I'm going to bring something into the sides. I'm sorry, but I'm having trouble with my glue part here. I might have to just stop because my glue pot isn't cooperating. And then we have some of our little white flowers. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm pushing them up a little bit. I'm going to get 2 of them ready. And I'm just going to give them a little bit of life. These are bendable. And cut this down a little bit. As you can see, I can bring them in. I can put one here. And I'm going to bring one in through here. Oh, gosh. Some problems with my glue pot. I'm so sorry. I've been having trouble with this little glue pot. I'm going to have to go get the other one I have. I'm just going to alternate going back and forth. from top to bottom. How you doing? Let's bring you in a little bit closer and through here. And can you see how I'm going back and forth and I'm working back and forth? When I'm putting up here, I'm going to try to put down here. And as we go along, we can add anything in through here that we need, or our bow is taking up this space right here. So that looks kind of nice. But I think that I might want some greenery coming out over here and some flowers. So I'm going to keep going with this and fill everything in. And like I said, you can just play with these flowers. You can push them up, these florals. It kind of shortens them up by just pushing up on them. You know, my glue pot only lasts for a certain amount of time. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Does anybody have a glue pot and can give me any ideas what I'm doing wrong? Does it have a shut off on it? You know? I'm going to bring that up again. Give it a little bit of life. I'm going to cut that down. I just wanted to let you know that this is more of a beginner's class for any newbies. I know that you probably work a lot with grapevine wreath. Some of you people that have been making wreaths for a long time. And I'm shorten this one here. Don't like what that's doing. My bottom ones are fine. It's the ones here that are at the top. I'm going to shorten these. And do you see the way the black is drawing your eye in? So I didn't want to use too much black, and I'd rather use it on the bottom than the top. And I think I'm going to cut these down just a little bit. I'm not going to make them the same length. So I'm going to try not to make them the same length. I'm going to shorten this one up too. This one needs to be. I'm going to add a couple more pieces of this, of the white. If you notice, we're not seeing any flowers in through here, so I'm going to bring this little white piece in here. We have some yellow in here, some white and yellow here, and I need something right here. I don't need these glue strings. Need some white down at the bottom. I'm going to be working with these. And I need something right here. Does anybody use more grapevine or deco mesh? Let's add a little bit of greenery at the bottom. See right here? I'm going to add this piece right in here. And I have another one of those. Just going to give it a little bit of life. Bring that in there. So as you can see, we're going around in our wreath. I have a lot left over. Well, I don't have a lot, but I have some pieces left over. So if I feel like there's any holes, I will work on that. So this is what our greenery and our flowers look around our bow. And all we have to do is make a wreath hanger for it, and she can go on the front door. All right, so if you have any questions, just get back to me and I'll answer them for you. If you want a better, closer look here. And the line is right there in through there. All right. If you have any questions, just put them down and I'll get back to you and answer them. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this wreath. I didn't think I would finish it today, but I did. It was really easy, easier than I thought it was going to be. So just grab some, wreath supplies from your stash and, just follow along or watch the replay and then work on your own wreath. Okay, so that's it for today. Have a great day.